Good morning, Sonder fam. I'm Jennifer Krippner, and I'm dialing in and spending the morning with you from Minnesota. It's great to have you. As you can see behind me, it's sunny, and we are looking forward to a new month. It's May, and it's a new week, and we are so happy to have you with us. As we're getting settled in the chat, I just want to welcome Katie as well. She is helping us in the chat this morning. Hello, Katie. Thanks for being here. If you have any questions, need any support, she is there for you. So thanks, Katie, for being with us. It's awesome to have you. And also, please set your chat to everyone. There's a little blue area that says to, and it either says host and panelists, or it says everyone. Please set your chat to everyone so everybody can see what you're contributing this morning. So thanks again for being with us. We love having you here, and we love a new start and a new fresh week with us. So thanks for being here. It's a special week. Just also a reminder, Silk and Sonder has community guidelines for our time together. We are really here to support one another, elevate our journey together, and really it is the power of the community to be kind, courteous, and respectful to one another. So if you have any questions about the product or anything like that, please send an email to hello@silkandsonder.com. Katie and I do not have any access to product information or your account. So hello@silkandsonder.com would be just great if you have questions regarding that. Otherwise, let's get started. We have so much to do to set up our week today, and we're so excited, like I said, to have you with us. So welcome. Our agenda, we are going to begin our mind map regarding trust. The theme for May is trust, and we're excited to take a deep dive into that. We also, before we begin to set up this week of May, we're going to reflect on the past week. And that is our rose, bud, and thorn. And then we'll dive into our weekly setup pages on pages 30 and 31. All right. So, as most of you know, our mind map consists of 4 questions. And each week, we pose a new theme or prompt regarding the theme of the month. And so, this month, like I said, is trust. And if you read Meha's letter, it really brings and sets a new light or new tone around the theme of trust. And so we'd like to explore the complexities of trust and really how it explores the role with your relationships with others, maybe your relationship with yourself, your growth, potentially how it could support and help your well-being. And so you can do your mind map on simply a notes page, maybe a scratch pad. So each week you could do week 1 on this week's scratch pad. Next week you could do it on the next week's scratch pad. You could really look at the definition page on page 3 and maybe do 4 quadrants there. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And if trust is a difficult topic for you, you don't have to do this exercise either. This is your journal, this is your way, and maybe you just listen and explore and think about this topic. And so I'm going to share with you what the mind map looks like for this month. Again, you can use a notes page, a scratch pad, maybe even you just want to do sticky notes, and that is just fine with us. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do that. So week 1, the prompt here is, how might we trust to forgive? Now, forgiveness is a very big topic, and so we can take this many different ways, and there's no right or wrong, like I said. So trusting to forgive. So forgiving ourselves, perhaps, forgiving others. And forgiving doesn't mean that we need to forget. Katie and I just had this conversation this morning. You know, we can forgive something, but we might not be able to forget it. And that's fine just as well. but also how might we trust to forgive? And so I'm going to share a little example how I approached it this week. So, also, as you consider this and we give you some time to think about it, like I said, we're going to take a little bit deeper dive. So, as you lean into this, and when we give you time, just give yourself time to take maybe a breath in and a breath out, and think about how you might embrace trust and forgiveness today. Reflecting maybe on how you might forgive a thought. Maybe it's not somebody else or yourself, but maybe a thought or an action from recent days. How might you trust yourself this coming week as we think about the week ahead? Maybe you'd like to find an affirmation, a verse, or a quote to support your journey around trust and forgiveness. And what can we learn about ourselves this week as we ponder trust in our own thoughts and actions and words? So I decided to think about a quote on how I might trust to forgive my own thoughts and my own actions. And so I'll read my quote. You don't always need a plan. I'm definitely a planner. I have to have a plan for everything. Because sometimes you just need to breathe, trust, and maybe trust others, let go, and see what happens. And so my reflection on that quote is just let yourself trust others and forgive yourself for your need to control. And so this past week, I was traveling for work. Sometimes I travel for work on my own, and sometimes I have a team of people that go with me, and we train other people on some of our curriculum. When we landed, I immediately got food poisoning and was very sick that first night and the next morning. And I had to let go of my plan as I'm the leader of that team. And I had to trust my teammates to set the training up and kick the training off and do the very first day. And I really had to lean in as I reflected yesterday on the past week to forgive myself for the thoughts that I had, and like, well, they can't do this without me, right? I'm the one that's leading this, and I really needed to be their control. I can get up and I can go do this. But I physically couldn't. I was way too sick. And so I really had to think about how can I forgive my thoughts like, oh, they're not as good as me. They don't know it as much as me. I'm the one that worked hard to get this set up. I had to really forgive myself and let go of that and think, no, I've prepared them enough. They can lean into this. And so that quote really stuck out to me is I can breathe and trust and let go and know that they can do this work. So that's how I leaned into this mind map this week. And so I'm going to give you some time to think about this. I'll leave this prompt up, and I will give you some time and play a little song, and I will come back and we'll see how you share in the chat about maybe how you might approach this. And again, you don't have to finish this morning. You can spend the week thinking about this mind map question because it can get a little tricky, and we are here for you in the chat if you have questions. The group's with us, and so I look forward to hearing your thoughts. All right, we'll be back shortly. Thank you so much for leaning into this prompt and question. I think I'm really liking the way that you guys are thinking about this. One that really stuck out to me because we have a lot of projects going on at our cabin, and trusting your husband to do the projects that you've been talking about and to follow through on them, and just knowing that you can trust that they'll get done when they need to get done. I think that's good. I also like, I think it was Michelle that said, breaking trust and forgiveness up um into trust and forgive, that you're training for a bike ride, for a 2-day bike ride. Congratulations. We'll be thinking about you. Trust yourself to know your limits during training, but also know how to push them so you can grow, and then try to forgive yourself. You can't do as much as you planned on a bike ride, right? So that balance of that is really important. Megan, learning to trust in the process of life. I am exactly where I need to be right now. That's beautiful. That's just a great statement. And just being in the moment and knowing that you are where you are and you need to be right there, and leaning right into that. Jennifer said, trust to forgive myself, focus on being a new day. You're beautiful, you're loved, you're confident, and you are enough. Absolutely. And just writing that over and over in your journal, and that affirmation, and you are enough and you are loved. These are beautiful. And I think, thank you for sharing and for walking through that. And I appreciate you sharing. So let's go to page 30. And this is just ending last week. So before we skip ahead to May 6th, let's look at our rosebud and thorn. And I'm going to share mine, and then we'll work on, in the chat, sharing your rosebuds and thorns. So I'm going to start with my thorn. I'll start at the bottom and work my way to the top. So I shared already that I had food poisoning at the beginning of last week, and that really did not kick my week off very well, but it did lead to a bud, which we had some new ideas with my team. So when that happens, and if it ever happens again, which I certainly hope it doesn't happen to our team, we came up with some great ideas. And then when I was able to join the full team, we had some incredible moments of impact and culture change, and just really deep learning. And I was able to be part of that, even though I felt like I truly missed that very first day where you get to know people. I did not get that deep relationship that I normally do. So I did miss some of that, but was able to come around and have that at the end. So I was there all week, got home late Friday night, was pretty wiped out this weekend, but was able to certainly have that moment of impact. So a thorn, as you can imagine, is a challenge, something that did not go well. A bud is something that is an emerging opportunity that could be something that turns into a rose. And a rose is a highlight, something that went well, something that you want to celebrate and share. And so let's do that now. Let's take a moment or two and reflect on this past week before we begin to work on this coming week. And so I'm going to play another song, and we will be back here in a little bit. All right, welcome back, everybody. I just want to call out some really exciting roses and a couple other things that I read, some themes. So I think there's a sister visit. So that's always fun to have. And sounds like you got to see your dad as well. A trip to Guatemala was successful, sold a couple paintings, worked out. There's a bud of women's networking. Um, Also, I think another one, maybe some themes I'm hearing, some low energy, some missed sleep, some, I'm hearing, I think that's start of a new month, maybe. I think coming out of spring, hopefully we'll have some sunshine and be able to get outside more, and some longer sunlight in the evenings will help with that. And maybe we can plan for in this next section ways to find and get some more energy. So also, I love that we're all sharing and encouraging one another. That's the best part of this community in the morning, that we get to really cheer each other on and encourage and lift one another up. So with that, let's move on to our next section here. And I'd like us to turn to page 34. So we're going to skip ahead a little bit and think about how we can take our mind map and our question and prompt around trust and forgiveness, and how we might lead into that this week. So we're going to go to our weekly spread, where we're going to set up our week. Maybe use it for prompts or affirmations or journaling. Maybe use it as a productivity tool, like to track your schedules. How might we take the mind map question this week? Maybe we use the one thing box. Maybe we create a little box in this section and set an intention about how we can incorporate trust and forgiveness into our day. Or maybe you want to journal about how you embraced an opportunity to trust or to forgive. And so I'd like you to think about, and I just put some examples of different people's layouts. Maybe you want to just bullet point it. Maybe you want to journal about it. Maybe you just want to create a little box, maybe use some stickers or washi tape. Different ways you can use quotes or verses or ideas like that. But how can we take the mind map and what we just really spent some deep time thinking about? Are there opportunities through this coming week where we can pause and note and really reflect on how does this theme of trust, how does this theme of trust and forgiveness with the mind map that we just did reflect in our day-to-day week? And so I'm going to give you just a couple minutes, and maybe you just highlight a box each day that says trust to forgive or trust and forgiveness or something, but just make a mental note there so that you can, as you go about your week, think about the mind map. And maybe it's just mind map question. And it's a little note for you to think about, oh, I should go back to my mind map and think about how does this support me this week? All right, so I'm going to be back here in a minute, and maybe you can just reflect on, does this fit with you? And maybe it doesn't, and that's fine. Maybe you can just set up your weekly pages as you normally do. All right, I'll see you shortly. Thank you for sharing. I really thank you for also taking time to use this maybe section a little bit differently, or open your minds to thinking about taking the mind map a little bit further than just doing the mind map, so that we can really maybe make a shift or a change in how we might use the theme in a broader way or a deeper way. So appreciate your comments. I love how each of you support one another in the chat and open our eyes and minds to thinking about the theme a little bit differently. So thank you for that. I think we learn a lot from one another. So let's move back to page 32, and we are going to look at starting at the top of the page where this week I want to feel, and then also our weekly goals. And so we're going to put these two together. And I have a great example here. I think this is from one of our members of Corey. Her name is Corey Dodds. So notice how she says, this week I want to embrace my true self. And then her goals, she's going to embrace her mind, body, and soul through introspection, movement, and creativity. And then she even takes it a step further and goes over to her weekly to-dos and puts those in those categories as well. And so I love those examples. I'm going to give you a few more examples, and I will go back through all of these once I put some music on. On the left-hand side, this week I want to feel beautiful, adventurous, renewed, special, free, celebrated. As you can see, not just one word. You can use many words on how you want to feel. You can use stickers. You can use one word and then expand it to many words. You can use more and less. You can also do every day of the week. If you want to feel on Monday, you want to feel rested. Tuesday, rested and prepared. Wednesday, relaxed. All those examples there are on the left-hand side. You can also do different categories, and I have some examples of them. You can do health, family, vacation. Perhaps this is a vacation week. Also self, home, and work. Mind, body, spirit. Left brain, right brain, no brain. Delete, delegate, delight. Read, write, work, and move. And so here you can see how they're taking the words celebrate, good, and calm and supporting it with their goals. And a couple more examples here. I love this repurpose one. They're going to track their screen time under where this week I want to feel, and then their goals, they're going to switch that out to their expenses. If your goals, the other ways you want to perhaps repurpose your goals, you can do all of those examples there. And I think that is, yep, we'll wait to move on to that. So I will move back here. I'm going to give you a song. I'd love for you to share in the chat once you fill out this section, how you want to feel, and then what your goals are, and perhaps how they might support your goals. So your goals support your feelings. All right. So we will see you back here in just a little bit. I don't know about you, but that song just always gets me. I don't know. There's something about it. Anyway, I just want to read a couple of them. Shauna, I want to feel curious, excited, and determined. I love those words. Um, they're very adventurous. So I love that. Elena, I want to feel that I can focus on my daily trust goals. Thank you for bringing the theme forward. So mental, physical, and spiritual and financial. So those are great. Um, Plan and schedule my days, move every day, feed myself nourishing food. Really great goals there. Then I think there was another one that I saw. Kala, I want to feel more trust and forgiveness within myself. To do that, I will brain dump daily, take a mindful moment each day to clear my head, and get at least 15 minutes of fresh air each day. By having a clear mind, I can trust myself to do the things I need to do and let go of worrying about what others need to do. I think that is beautiful. Looks like Ashley will go back to the first screen where it said, embrace my true self. You need the picture. I think that's what you were looking for there. Thank you all for sharing how you want to feel this week and how your goals will support that. I think being rested and peaceful and loved, feel planned and prepared and purposeful, all such great intentions. And I just love that when you write those down and you create goals and to-dos and habits to support them. I mean, we're all ready and prepared just by showing up today and being supportive of one another to have a great week ahead. So let's move towards what our to-dos might be, and our habits and activities to support our goals and how we want to feel. And so I've got some great examples, and all of these examples come from all of you. And we look in the Sonder Club app to see how you share and all the examples that you do from week to week and month to month. So thank you for sharing. So here are some examples, some categories like now and later, work and home, need and want. What do I have to do, right? What do I want to do? I love the to-dos, so writing down your to-dos, and then once you do them, like your accomplishments. So what do you need to do in the morning and the evening? What's school and what's personal? These are some great examples of different ways. Some like stickers and different ways to write things and lettering and images, different colors, pens. Some people just use a black little marker, a black pen. Doesn't have to be fancy, just gets the job done, right? Here's another example. So we often talk about how do we want to show up and how do we want to be? So creating a weekly to-be list versus a to-do list. So I want to be grounded and compassionate. I want to be active. I want to be positive. I want to be kind. So we talked about intentions this morning, and here's a way to set intentions for the week. And then here is what's called the Eisenhower Decision Matrix. And we talk a lot about this in Sonder Socials. And it's a great way to take your to-do list and organize it, right? We're all busy. We all have a lot going on. So how might we really organize in the upper left quadrant what's important and urgent? What do we need to do now? Maybe what's important but not super urgent. So we put it in the upper right quadrant. So schedule a time to do it, decide. And then maybe what's urgent but not super important, maybe somebody else can do it for you. Who can you delegate it to? And then maybe what's not important and not urgent, but somehow keeps appearing on your to-do list. Maybe you can eliminate it or delete it. And that's a way to just kind of organize your to-do list if it feels overwhelming. And then at the very bottom of the page is our habit and activities. And I love this. I usually do the same 3 each week because they're things that I like to track and keep note of. And there's different ways that you can do it, but they're just things that I like to repeat every single week. And so they're helpful for me. I feel like if I didn't have them on my weekly page, they might fall off of my my habit. So here's some examples though in the top middle: personal quiet time, no caffeine after 2 p.m., fresh air, and having all the journal items filled in. So they're doing it 4 times that week. They might be giving themselves grace that weekend or going out of town that weekend, so they just crossed it off, and that's just fine. Some people don't even like to put goals on there. You don't have to. There's an opportunity to do that, but it's totally up to you and how you want to use this. On the left-hand side, they actually put numbers of minutes. So 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's totally cool. On the bottom left, where there's a little castle sticker, they said, nope, not this week, not doing it. So the bottom left, they're using the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 option, and that means they're going to read 5 times that week. They're going to spend time outside 4 times that week. They're going to shower 3 times that week. They're going to have creative time for themselves 2 times that week, and they're going to have 1 spa day. I love that. So lots of different ways. You don't have to fill every line out. Like the bottom right one, move, affirm, and ritual. They're doing 3 things that week that they're going to track. They actually pre-circled in the days that they're going to do them, and maybe do a check mark the days that they actually do them. And so fun different ways to track things. And every week is different. You may be doing some extra busy at work, or you have company coming, or you're going to be out of town. So use what works for you here. And it can be as basic needs such as brushing teeth and taking a shower to big goals like project plan, or you know doing something for, planning a party, or you can use it for whatever you would like. You can actually, not use it at all. And so I'm going to give you time to fill out your to-do list. And I'm also going to give you time to fill out this habit list. And I will be back here in a little bit, and I'll be excited to see how you might use it this week. All right. Thanks, Catherine, for sharing your motivation with stickers and how your husband said, "Hey, we need to mark our habit off this week with that sticker." I think that's awesome. I love it. Thanks for sharing that, and I hope everybody had a few minutes to update your to-dos and build your habit and activity tracker. So let's move to the next page, which is your meal plan. And we've got so many ideas here on the right-hand side on how to use your meal plan or different ways to repurpose it. I'd like to share with you, I get migraines every once in a while. And so I have some triggers, that food triggers and things like that that trigger a migraine. So I like to track and use the meal plan to track my food intake. And then I actually use my mood tracker as a symptom tracker. So if I have a stomach ache or my tummy hurts or I have a headache, or if I'm having a good day, I can always go back to my meal plan to see, well, did I have anything with eggs in it, or did I have anything with chocolate in it that maybe triggered a different symptom? So that's how I use mine. Or I should say, are there holiday activities that you'd like to write down? Are there affirmations? Oops, that went that way. Schoolwork. Do you track your blood glucose or your blood pressure? Are there daily outfit trackers, appointment trackers, bill trackers, perhaps? Maybe that's happening this week. It's first, week of the month. Maybe it's a big week for birthdays and anniversaries or celebrations. Maybe this is your week to declutter or clean. Perhaps you need to have a meal prep or a grocery list. Maybe this is a busy week for Sonder Socials and you want to track that schedule. Or because it's spring, maybe you want a garden or planting schedule. Lots of fun ideas on the right-hand side that you may want to track or plan. Here's some other ideas. You could do a cleaning one. You can see that on the top left. So I love the handwriting there. Bathroom, living room each day gets a room. I think on the bottom, there's a clothing one. In the middle, this was a new one. So a victory inventory. So each day, what was your victory? And then protein and produce, so tracking those each week. Daily adventures, that is something I need to start tracking somewhere. I need to start having daily adventures, I should say. And then kind of a weekly overview here in the bottom middle, like what's the plan for the week? That's how they're using that section. I think, nope, that's it for that. So let's spend a minute or two putting together your meal plan, and I'll go back and forth between these two pages, and I will be back here shortly. All right, welcome back. Congratulations, Jennifer, on your anniversary. I love your shopping list, looks amazing. Sounds like a good, nutritious week ahead. Thanks for working on that. We're going to move over to the right column and we're going to tackle Mind Body Health Plan shopping list. And I am loving so many great ideas here. Love to hear how you're going to use that this week. So, Mind Body Health, I love on the left-hand side, it says tidy and sleep. The next one over is workout. So lots of different ways that they're going to work out. So they're going to walk outside, gym, comedy special, shave legs, 10-minute zone out, face mask, meditate, journal. So lots of different ways that they can take care of themselves. The next one, they divided it into 3 columns. So mind, body, and health, and different ways that they're going to support their wellness week ahead. On the right-hand side, it looks like they have 7 different ways that they can have a good week ahead. Send somebody a card, watch a movie, light candles, go for a walk. And then again, this is the 7 types of rest: emotional, sensory, spiritual, social, mental, creative, and physical. And so different ways that they're going to really lean into the 7 types of rest and different activities, how they can support themselves. And here it is on the right-hand side as a way to do that. And then let's see, the next page is shopping list ideas. And so you can just do bullet list. You can, of different things that you need to shop for. Perhaps you have a trip coming up, maybe a packing list. Perhaps you play the Wordle. So this one says Wordle wins. So each day of the week, you can write down what your Wordle is. The bottom middle one says positive self-talk. So different affirmations on positive self-talk. I love the calmness scales. So how calm are you? The social check-in, I do that one. I learned this from one of our Sonder Social members. And so I love to do this. So who are you going to check in with this week? Are you going to text them, call them, or have a face-to-face conversation? Somebody had a birthday week bingo. Maybe you want to do an anniversary week bingo, Jennifer. How about a yay me? Different things you can do to support your week. And perhaps you just want to use your shopping list as a little doodle space. And then I just put sunshine and green grass because here in northern Minnesota, it's just appearing to us. Last week, I heard it was a rainy week, and so that means our green grass will be popping. So what are you going to love this week? And I'm going to play just one last song here and see what you are going to use for your shopping list and your mind, body, health. And I'll be back here in less than a minute or 2. And I'll see you here shortly and we can wrap up the session. All right. I hope you were able to do just a little bit of thinking about how you might want to do this side of the page. I love having a bingo. I think somebody said going to do a bingo here. I think Katie said that. Bingos can be very motivating, and that's exciting. Maybe you want to use a sticker to put over the ones that you've accomplished. That's kind of fun to do as well. So please share your pages when we're done here today in Sonder Club. We love seeing your examples, so please do that. Katie and I would love to see that. Here are some of the songs that I played for you this morning. Oh, Alice said you put a quote in the shopping list this week. You should trust any man in his own art, provided he's skilled in it. Edward Cope. That's lovely. Thank you for sharing that, Alice. Again, stickers. We have our monthly sticker subscription that'll come along with your journal. You can do that. This begins this May. Otherwise, the sticker set is also available. You can just purchase that as you would like. And then we have a new announcement. We have an Elevate planner. This is Meha, the founder's project that she has just completed, and it's on pre-order if you would like to do that. There's a 10% off using the code EARLYBIRD. I'm really excited about that. And then as always, we have our Refer a Friend. We love that you get $10, they get $10. If you are not on an annual subscription and would like to upgrade, you get to save money with that code. And then we also have our social survey. So we'd love to hear your feedback. And if you want to rewatch this week, a couple of days, it'll be on the YouTube channel. Again, that's a private YouTube link. So Katie has that in the chat. There's no chat function in there, though. You won't get to see our conversation. It is just the recording, so you can see the examples and hear the examples. Again, we love having you, Katie, and I loved being with you this morning. It's a great way to kick off the week, and we wish you all a wonderful week ahead, and hopefully the sun shines where you are at, and we just love being with you, and we hope we see you again soon. The Coloring Social is on Thursday night. If you want to join Jennifer Ogilvy and I, Team Jennifer, back together. And with that, we're going to leave you with this song. Have a great week and be safe and be well.
So wonder you get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but there were